Hi everybody, we're back in PUBG on the PlayStation 4. I haven't done a chicken dinner winner video for an awful long time, but I've kind of been getting back into PUBG a little bit, so I thought I'd share with you this very simple solo win that proves how rusty I am, but kind of going back to my basics of D23E, drive to the third circle and play the edge. So it was kind of a south to north east flight path. The idea was to kind of jump towards the flooded town, and maybe go further by road, but with the circle popping down towards the bottom left hand corner of the map, I thought let's go just down to the flooded town, because normally there's a vehicle at the houses to the northeast across the road. So I'll have a vehicle to go that way. Also, because you're kind of aware that sometimes in these situations, although it's a little bit unlikely with the circle that there is, there's always a chance you could pop over to the military island, and you want to get over to Sosnovska, I think it's called, isn't it, as quickly as you can to avoid any bridge blocks. I know you can take the ferry now, can't you? But maybe to get a boat or something like that. So I head across the road and I spot the fact that there's a buggy on the right hand side. So I know I've got my wheels, I've got my transport. I know I'm not going to get trapped in the blue. So now it's a case of just looting up and then thinking about my next move, which is to head to Gatka. Because again, the idea with D23E is that you jump far, you loot safely. And then you're just playing the edge of the circle. And I kind of do something a little bit different with this one in that I play near the centre of the circle as well. So we're at Gatka. I'm well away from the flight path still. There isn't really going to anybody around me. So again, it's another chance to have a look around. The circle pops to the south. So at this point, I think it's still a big circle. It's the third circle. So what we really want to do here is I drive in with the blue and I wait for the blue to pop. Then I can see where it's going to go, and I put a marker in the centre of this circle, and I think, right, what we're going to do now is very open that circle, unless the deck circle goes to Ferry Pier. So what I decided to do is I'm just going to drive to the middle, find somewhere, and camp it out. As it is, I start going towards this compound. I think, no, it's probably going to be too busy, so I turn around, and there's a little shack. Again, it's in the middle of the field. I wouldn't really recommend this. I mean, in solos you can get away with this sort of stuff because people are playing a lot more discreetly. People would call it camping, but so I just drive up and I jump out of the buggy, run into the little hut, and then kind of make myself scarce. And then the idea here now is just to look around, look out for enemies coming, maybe take them out if they come towards me, and wait for the next circle, which is popped to my east. So now I'm going to probably go all the rest of the way on foot. I'm very aware that I've got quite a lot of empty field behind me and towards the circle. So I'm keeping out sort of to the north or west and the southwest, so that when I actually come out now, I'm just having a look behind me because I should be able to see anybody who comes along. So this guy's in a buggy, he goes past me. And I think there's that compound to my west as well, so I'm thinking about that compound. Is anybody coming over from that direction? At this point, the blue's still quite a long way away, and I've still got my buggy, so I can shoot at them. Then I make my way in, and this is one of the classic things why PUBG is so cool, isn't it? Look, the motorised glider. I love Erangel. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to be playing the edge of the circle. So I've got a little bit of cover with these hay bales, just tuck myself in again. If there's anybody coming on that field behind me from out the circle, I'll see them. As it is, there wasn't anybody, and the next circle is just up the hill into the trees. So I hang around, waiting for the circle to pop, and it's like, right, let's go. Got to move very fast over the little bit of ground. It's very open ground. Nobody sees me though. Get to the edge of the next circle, plonk myself down, and just a case of listening out. There's no real cover, but again, just by being low, because I'm on the hill, people won't be able to see me. Blue comes in, listening out for vehicles and people moving around to see where the next circle pops. Again, I've got to move. I can hear people firing around me, putting a marker down in the centre of the circle so I know exactly which direction to go. But I'm going to wait now. I'm going to come in slowly, and I'm going to come in with the blue. So I'm crawling. At this stage of the game, you should be taking your boosts to make sure you've got all that automatic healing going in. The blue's right behind me. It's time to start jogging in, looking out for enemies. And then I see a guy in front of me. I think in a second. There he is. I wait till he stops moving. He goes to hide in a bush. The Vector does its business. In this game I think I'm running the Vector, excellent submachine gun, and I think my other gun is the SLR. Buggy coming past, but now what I can do is I can take his stuff, and I managed to get some boosts off him, and I think I get some grenades and some Molotovs. So only 6 left now. Final circles, people are shooting each other, and what you'll see at the end of this game is really how rusty I am, especially when it comes to my timing of grenades. I think I have 3 or 4 grenades, and at least 2 of them I cook them for way too long. I think that the timings in PUBG must be about 3 or 4 seconds for a grenade, whereas in Call of Duty I think it's more like 5 seconds, and I'm really used to that Call of Duty length of time to cook grenades, because I cook them too long and they explode too early. So got to move again, just slowly coming in with the blue behind me. If you've got the blue behind me, it means that hopefully there's nobody behind you. So I'm just scanning around, looking around, checking the trees in front. I see a guy off to my left now. I get a couple of good hits on him, but remember, I'm not using a silenced weapon at this point. I was very unlucky I didn't take him out with the SLR then. So as soon as you fire, you give your position away. We're in a top 3 situation now. I obviously know where one guy is. I think there's a guy down there by the glider, but I can't see him. There's gunfire off to my left. So, bang. Right, so it's down 2. So I know it's just me and it's the guy at the tree. So this is where I get all my timings wrong for my grenade. Where's this grenade? So I cook it, and then it explodes way early. I should have just thrown that one. I get a couple of good hits on him. So I think, right, I've got another grenade. Let's give it another go. Now, I'm unlucky with this one, because I think this one actually hits the tree in front of him, and he's right behind the tree, so it defends him. If that had been to one side of the tree, it would have been gone. Again, no, I cooked this grenade way too long, and it explodes way too early, or maybe I didn't throw it quite far enough. And the guy now gets some good hits on me, you'll see. I almost die there. So now it's time to really think about, you've got to think about looking at the circle, right? I haven't got the circle. He does it. He has. So now I think, well, let's lob a Molotov at him. I probably should have kept my Molotovs, but that one hits the tree, keeps him in place. Maybe I should have pushed him a little bit harder on this one. And at this point, I'm going to think, well, why didn't he die? Because I'm pretty sure he was covered in flames. So again, I've got another Molotov, and what I should have done here is, because that's another good Molotov, I should have pushed him here, because I think he would have been on fire. But I throw my last Molotov. Actually, no, I've still got one left. He's definitely on fire now. Again, I was very, very nervous because I hadn't had a chicken dinner. Throw another one. Now he's definitely on fire now. So at this point, I should have rushed him. But I bottle it a bit, and I wait and decide to heal up myself. And now all I've got left is smoke grenades. He's behind a tree. I'm behind a tree. We're both using third-person aiming to kind of see each other. He must be nervous too, because he throws a couple of stuns, doesn't follow them up. If you're going to use a stun, the whole point. Now the reason for I throw a smoke over there is just to see if I can push him out behind cover. As it is, it doesn't work. So just getting healed up. And now it's a case of boosting up. This is going to be the final circle. So what's going to happen now is the circle is just going to disappear, and the whole map is going to be encased in blue. The good thing is I've got the Vector, which is good up close. Bad things about the Vector, it doesn't have much of a magazine. Well, I mean, it's got 33 bullets, but you burn through them. So I've got to push. I managed to fuse all the bullets. This is really funny, this. I reload, and then I just hit fire him and kill him. Very lucky at the end, to be honest. I think I kind of almost got a glitched reload then, because the reload was very quick. But anyway, there you go. Chicken dinner, solo chicken dinner. My first in a long, long time. But you may well be seeing some more PUBG content soon. Thank you very much. See you again soon.